Properties is not just where you live, it is how you position yourself. And on today's episode of the Faloh Frequency, Bablo Home is here to teach us how to do it rightly here in the UK. Welcome to another episode of the Faloh Frequency. This is where we narrate about stories unfiltered. And on today's episode, we want you to invest your money right in the right way. And we have invited on the show an expert, a real estate expert, to come and teach us how to do it in the right way. Welcome to the show, Mr. Babalola.
Yeah, good. Yes.
Can we
Babalola.
meet you officially?
All right. My name is Nii Babalola.
Nii Babalola.
I am the founder and CEO of Bablo Homes. Bablo Homes came from my surname, Babalola, and I've been running the company now for close to 3 years.
Okay, so I'm going to go straight to why we are here, because there's been a lot of how would I put it on the internet? Like, why should you invest in the UK or real estate or Nigeria? Some people are of the opinion that okay, if you invest here in the UK, you're not really owning the investment, like you're just doing for the government. What would you say about that?
Number one, I like to put it this way: it depends on your situation. So some people it's subjective.
So do you want to take the mic closer a little bit?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So it depends on your situation, right? For me, as an hustler, I want to invest in a place where I know the returns on my investment, even if I take it back home, the money is bigger, right? So I will invest in a place that is also data backed and the structure is okay. And I know it's a G7 country that over the last 100 years or so, property prices have always doubled every 10 years. Compared to a place where I am not sure of how the market is going to be like.
Okay, so you're talking about stability here and
exactly.
Things so among all the things you can invest your money in, I mean, there are other things you can invest in. Why real estate?
Because real estate is something you can see and touch, right? People invest in different things, shares, stocks, crypto. But there's volatility in that. But compared to real estate, I can see it, I can touch it. It can be here for years. There are some buildings you see in UK where we live that have been here since the 18th century, 17th century, meaning you can invest in something that you leave for your kids, for your children, for your grandchildren, generation to come.
Okay, so I think we started on a very high pitch. Now let's take it down.
Yeah, right.
Investing in real estate in the UK.
Yeah.
How do I go about it?
For me, I usually tell people there are 3 different things you want to do, right? You can start either by getting a mentor or educating yourself or partnering with someone who is already doing it. So if you're going to go about it, so you don't just want to go and lose your money diving into something you don't know, right? For example, I have a community where we teach people how to get into real estate in the UK. So you might want to start from there to educate yourself. Or you might want to also look at people around already doing property investments in the UK and make them your mentors, right? Some people say, oh, a mentor can be someone who is even younger than you. But if the person is already doing what you would like to do, the person can mentor you. Or you just pay somebody to do that.
So there's an argument that when you buy property in the UK or you're doing a mortgage,
yes,
it is not your property. It is the bank who owns it.
All right. So what I would say to that is you are leveraging the bank's money. If you've already spoken to people or you're reading books and putting knowledge into yourself, there's something they usually say, other people's money. That's other people's money from the bank, right? On paper, it is on the title of the property. It's your name or your company's name that is there. But the banks have a charge on the property as a mortgage, meaning if you sell, you need to pay them their part.
Does that not mean that you are now a tenant to the bank?
Technically no, and technically yes, right? It depends on the way you want to look at it, right? If you look at it that, oh, okay, can the bank just decide to take the house from me? No. But if you are not paying the bank, meaning you are not doing what is in your contract, that's when the bank will take it from you.
So you don't think it is now better to just probably pay rent and,
This is also still subjective, right? For me, I'm part of the people of the school of thought that your house that you are living in is a liability, not an asset. The house that you buy to rent out that makes you money, that's the one that is an asset.
So what you're pitching now is doing the mortgage for business, not buying the mortgage to live in. Is that what you're pitching?
Well, I would say yes. when you put properties on mortgage, right, and you're renting it out, and that house can pay the mortgage and also give money, put money into your pockets, then that is amazing. That is how you're leveraging the bank to make your net worth better and to increase your cash flow. But if you're staying in the house, right, and living in the house, and you're paying that mortgage, you are sitting on debt, and you're just sitting on the equity. So yes, leverage the bank's money to be able to make more money.
The bank is giving me money.
Yes.
On credit.
Yes.
I am paying what's it called? Interest on it.
Yes.
In fact, I heard that in your first 10 years, the money you are paying is just interest you're paying.
Thereabout, yes.
Because I mean, there are a lot of school of thoughts, like you said,
yes,
on this mortgage thing.
Yes.
The people who believe that they will never do mortgage.
They
would never do mortgage. It kind of restricts them. And I think that goes in line with people who do mortgage to live in.
Yeah.
Like you said.
Yeah.
Maybe if you're living somewhere.
Yeah.
It's you can't leave your house and go and live somewhere else. Except you want to put it on it. But what I want you to explain now is that what would you advise to someone who doesn't have ILR yet? Doesn't have his paper yet?
Yeah.
Though you don't see US.
Yeah.
What would you advise that kind of person in terms of investing in mortgage? These are the issues. These are the topics people talk about.
Yeah, I totally understand that. And there's no right or wrong to this, right? And Faloh. So even if I say, oh, go and get your house, it's still good, right? Even if you get a mortgage, it's still good. And if I say, go and start a buy-to-let, for example, it's still good as well. It just depends. Which one do you want first? Do you want to go with emotion or do you want to go with investment, right? ILR or no ILR, you should invest in properties anyway because you get that ILR. But some people are of the opinion that if you don't have the ILR, you might probably, I don't know, maybe you're going back home soon. That's why I usually prefer people to invest in properties that will give them money back now, right? Compared to properties that you are just sitting down inside.
So what you are saying technically is that it is better to do mortgage as a business, even when you go back home. You still earn from it.
Exactly.
Does it mean that even if you are out of the UK, in Nigeria, you can still do business, mortgage business in the UK?
Of course, because for example, I have clients in Germany, Sierra Leone, Canada, Nigeria, like they are buying properties in the UK and they are not even residents. So it means you that are a resident, and if you even go back home, the property can still be here and it's still making you money. And that means you're earning in pounds even after you're in Nigeria, which is what people that are my clients who are in Nigeria are enjoying.
So what areas would you advise people to look into when they're going to properties? cities.
Yeah. Oh, in terms of cities.
We can say cities and areas. There's this buy to live. What do you
buy to let is what
buy to let and buy to live in or something.
Yeah.
We're still going back to that.
Yeah.
What cities?
Yeah.
That's what I mean by areas.
Okay.
Locations.
Yeah.
Do you think
so what I would say, right? Top of my head, because people ask me these questions, what I would say is I'll talk about regions, right? So in those regions, I will now pick big cities in the region so you can understand. According to Savios, which is one of the data providers, have said where the best places to invest in the UK are, right? Number one for the next 3 to 5 years is the Northwest. Places like Manchester, Liverpool are doing very great in terms of capital appreciation. But one thing I want to say about that is no matter the city or no matter the place you are investing, there are different postcodes with different strengths. Right? So number one, Northwest. Number two is Yorkshire and Humber. Right? Yorkshire and the Humber has big cities like Leeds, Sheffield. Number three is Northeast. Northeast, places like Newcastle. Number four is West Midlands, places like Birmingham, where I invested.
But are you beefing us at Southampton? But it looks like a beef.
It's not beef. So the point is, look at it this way, right? The way the country is, South is the most expensive.
Okay.
London, Southampton, Bournemouth, places like this, right? Most expensive place to invest in the UK. Then Midlands is better than the South in terms of entry. Then the North is the cheapest area to invest.
So this my friend Etioba.
Yes.
You know him very well.
Yes.
So he made a comment. He made a post one day and he said, "You are 57 years old, and you are. That is when you want to start
a mortgage
in the UK.
Yeah.
That to him is not." It's not a rational decision.
Yeah.
What would you say as an expert?
Etioba Tibebili. How does it say? Yeah. So Kinibebili. Right. So
it probably is perception from the biblical angle. But you as an expert, what would you say?
I think what he's saying is someone that wants to go and buy a house to live in at that age. But if the person wants to do that, why not? It's possible, right? But if the person has that money, the person can as well do like a buy-to-let, put that house in a limited company. Now, the person might not be able to live in the house because you want to rent it out and make more money. But now that house stays for generations to come. And they can also inherit that property and still be making money from it. So Mr. 57-year-old man can be making extra income, £500 extra, £600 extra, whatever that property can make.
Fly to Europe this summer without breaking the bank. With Lenfa, you could win £300 flight voucher. All you need to do is make a transfer of £500 once a month in 3 consecutive months. And you are in. Simple transfer, real rewards. Your next trip will be on us. Offer valid from April 7th to July 7th. Good luck. Personally, I think there are technicalities to these things that real estate experts like you don't say to the public. Like, for instance, what if you're unable to pay? What happens? What if you keep paying even at the point where you're meant to have the entirety of the property? Then the tax is there. No, what I mean, I just personally feel that things. What are those hidden?
I would say something that will shock you, right? Property experts in the UK, they don't pay off mortgage. They don't pay off. You want to leverage that house, that's money for so long. So it means, let's look at it like this. Instead of sitting down on a house that is 300,000 plus with no mortgage on it.
So if you don't pay the interest, what happens? I mean, if you don't pay your monthly...
Right. So for example, when you're signing contracts, when you get the mortgage, they tell you things like, you can lose your property if you are not paying the banks, right? And it's normal. It's just like if I borrow money from you and I'm not paying, of course you can take steps. So that's the same way the banks would take steps. And some other things.
So what happens? You lose the mortgage and everything?
Not really. So there's something that the banks do. They will repossess the house, right? And the way repossession works is the bank can put it back on the market, right? They put the house back on the market and they would sell it at a price that they feel is comfortable. But now they don't just sell it at any price. So they call it like corporate sale. So people will come and say they want to buy this house for this price. If the banks are happy with that money, fine. If you pay above the price that the bank is, the person owing the bank, right, is paying, so the bank takes their own money and give you back your money.
So what happens if you had paid probably up to 50%? Do they refund you that money?
It depends on the price that they've sold the house.
So even if it is 10%, would they refund you anything?
If the amount they sold the house covers, let's use figures for example. Let's say, for example, their money is 200k and they sold the house for 240. Even if the house is worth 300, they will take their 200k.
Okay, you know Bablo homes. Let's talk about the good side of having, because it feels like but let's talk about the good side of having a property in the UK. Let's talk about it.
All right. So say, for example, right, you're doing a buy-to-let, which is what we help our clients to do. So you're going to be earning money in 3 ways. You're earning money from rents that are coming in. You're earning money from the capital appreciation that comes in. And you're also earning money in 2 years' time or 1 year time from the rent increase that happens in that area. So those are different ways you're earning money. And averagely, I'm not going to talk about percentages online, but averagely you're making good return on investment.
So what you're saying is, I don't need to be involved in this. I just need to come meet experts like you.
Exactly.
So what do you need from me?
All right. What I need from you is...
why you... I don't want to know what you need from me.
So what I need from you or any of my
potential clients.
Yeah, exactly. What I need from them is contact us, Bablo Homes. Just put Bablo Homes on Google or any social media that you have, YouTube, whatever, right? Contact us. You see our office number there, or you can come to our office and we can help you like secure properties that will give you good cash flow and in good areas.
When I contact you, what do you need from me?
What I need from you is tell me the budget you have.
Okay.
Right? Oh, I have £50,000. Okay, and I'll tell you what £50,000 can do.
So you think somebody in this UK have £50,000 and I'll give you £50,000?
They're not giving me the money.
Okay.
Right? The whole process is done through solicitors.
Okay.
The only thing you're paying me is my own service fee.
So I'm going to pay you.
Of course.
Okay.
But if you There are people that do this by themselves, right? That's why my business focuses on busy people. There are busy people who have money sat in their bank,
now I
right?
get it.
And they want somebody to do everything
So
for
in
them.
what means, who are your target audience?
My target people are medical doctors, business owners, accountants, people that have more than £50,000 sat in the bank.
People that have more than...
Yeah.
But I mean, I like the fact that you are, in every time you say something, you always put him on one side. With your words, like £50,000 sitting in my account.
Yeah.
No worries. So what about documentation?
You'll be shocked. Anyways, documentation, all we need is proof of ID, proof of address, source of where that money came from that is sat in the bank. Is it from your salary? Is it from a business? Is it from inheritance? We need to be able to be sure that where this came from. If you're a business owner, self-employed, proof of you've been paying tax. If you're in Nigeria, you have a business, proof that you've been paying tax to the government and where the money came from, or salary earners. You'll be shocked. Some people that are salary earners in Nigeria,
I think you even have more clients from Nigeria. I mean,
right now the difference like 27%,
and the UK,
yeah, more of UK people.
Because I think people in Nigeria need to also understand that they can invest in properties in the UK.
Exactly. The problem I'm facing with Nigerians is the fact that I'm not there. They are not seeing me physically. Right. So it's usually more like word of mouth.
No, when they see you here, they...
Exactly. And that's what I've come
the
to
confidence. Yeah, definitely. Now we they want it, so
right.
All right, Bablo, thank you for coming.
You're welcome.
I just wanted to round off your speech probably in 1 minute.
That's fine.
Advice you give anyone wanting to go into properties and where we can find you or how we can contact you.
All right.
Yeah.
So what I would say is, if you're looking to invest in UK properties that are profitable, making sure that you are not in negative, right? Contact Bablo Homes anywhere on social media. Put Bablo Homes there. We are based in Birmingham. Go on the government website. Put Bablo Homes. You see our address. Our office address is there. We've been doing this for almost 3 years now. We are compliant and we are also present in Nigeria at Bablo Homes Nigeria Limited. So whatever you're looking to do, whether you're just looking to do buy to let or you're looking to buy, renovate and sell a property, we're your best plug in the Midlands and we'll be able to sort you out. Thank you very much.
All right, guys, if you want to, invest in UK properties and make money, not to live in, not at age 57, 30. Well, so Bablo Homes is where you should be, and you can contact them on social media. Like he has already mentioned this handle. And thank you for watching this episode of Faloh Frequency. This is where we'll be rounding up for today. Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. Thank you very much.